Wait a minute, don't fall in love with this girl because this is just an AI generated video. Welcome to Gen-3 Alpha. This is the first of the upcoming series of models trained by Runway on a new infrastructure built for large-scale multimodal training. It's a major improvement in fidelity, consistency, and motion over Gen-2 and a step towards building general world models. Pretty cool. So this is the reflections of a woman on the window of a train moving at hyperspeed in a Japanese city. Pretty cool, you can see the shadows. Next is an astronaut running through the alley in Rio de Janeiro. I think this is pretty cool. Then we see an FPV flying through a colorful coral-lined street on an underwater suburban neighborhood. This is pretty amazing. This is a handheld tracking shot at night following a dirty blue balloon floating over the ground in an abandoned old European street. Pretty cool. This is an FPV shoot zooming through a tunnel in a vibrant underwater sea. This is amazing. I mean, what can I say? Next, we have an empty warehouse dynamically transformed by flora that explodes from the ground. You can see the sunlight and everything. This is pretty awesome. Wow. Close-up shot of a living flame wisp darting through the bustling fantasy market at night. Oh well, this is good. The next one is an handheld tracking shot following a red balloon floating above the ground at abandoned street. You can see the sun rays. This is just amazing. Zooming in hyperfast to a dandelion to reveal micro dream-like abstract world. Zoom in, it's pretty awesome. This is an internal locomotive cab of a train moving at hyperspeed in an old European city. Well, the aspect ratio and the angles are pretty good. There's an ultra-fast disorienting hyperlapse racing through the tunnel into a labyrinth of rapidly growing vines. This is pretty awesome. Next, we have a wide symmetric shot of a painting in a museum. The camera zooms in close to the painting. This is amazing. This is an extremely close-up shot of an ant emerging from the nest. The camera pulls back, revealing a neighborhood beyond the hill. I think this is pretty cool. A tsunami coming through the alley of Bulgaria. Dynamic movement. Yeah, it is pretty good. Disaster. FPV drone shot through a castle on a cliff. We enter the castle now and you can see the burns, you can see the fire. This is an internal window of a train moving at hyperspeed of an old European city. I think this is pretty cool. Next, we have a handheld camera moving fast, flashlight, and an old white wall in an old alley that spells Runway. Pretty cool. Super fast zoom out from the peak of a frozen mountain where a lonely hiker is arriving to the summit. Such a lonely person, an AI person. The first-person POV shot rapidly flies through the open doors to reveal a surreal water cascading into the middle of a living room. Then we have a first-person POV shot rapidly flies towards a house front door at 10x speed. A pencil drawing of an architectural diagram. Wow. Now let's move on to some human definition. A cinematic white portrait of a man with a face lit by the glow of a TV. Wow. Next, we have a close-up portrait of woman lit by the side. The camera pulls back. Don't fall in love yet. It's just AI. Cool. Next is a zoom-in shot to a face of a young woman sitting on a bench in the middle of an empty gym school gym. Yeah, this is right. Next is a close-up of an older man in a warehouse. Camera zooms out. This is pretty good. Runway is pretty good with zooming out and in of camera. An older man playing piano. Look at the fingers. Look at the fingers lit from the side. Look at the fingers. That's an 8 out of 10. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next is a macro shot to the face freckles of a young woman trying to look for something. Well, what is she wondering about? I don't know. Next is an astronaut walking between stone buildings. Well, what did you find? This is pretty awesome. Let's move on. Next is a middle-aged bald man becomes happy as a wig of a curly hair and sunglasses suddenly fall on his head. It's pretty happy, but the person has changed. Wow, what is this? An aerial view shot of a cloaked figure elevating in the sky between skyscrapers. This is pretty daunting. A man standing in front of a building giving the thumbs up sign. Well, did he burn the building? I don't know. Let's ask him. So how did you like it? These are the achievements of Runway ML Gen 3. Imagine what Gen 4, Gen 5 would be. I know you didn't like this video, not much to say, but please check out this other video where you can get 95% accuracy output from your LLMs. I'll see you next time.